What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Real quickly, if you're not already, if you could subscribe to the channel, and also as well, if you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate that. If you want to make any comments or suggestions for anything that I've said, then please feel free. Do so in the comment section down below. I'm always happy to listen to whatever comments you want, what you're going to put forward and stuff like that, and I'll try to either like them or respond to as many as I can. Thank you as ever for the support on the videos that I've been putting out recently. Again, it's muchly appreciated. So we come here today with a win finally. Let's not get too carried away. It is Birmingham. They are relegation form. I'm going to be surprised if Rooney lasts, to be honest with you. I still don't understand why they made the change that they made halfway through the season. It makes no sense to me whatsoever at all, but we are where we are with them. They're not our problem. The team's not our problem. We just take the 3 points and we move on. So looking at it today as well, we've had a couple of decent results go our way today as well. So, well, Preston, after their FA Cup final win against Leeds United, have lost again. So there we go. Right, okay, so looking at, in terms of the table, looking in terms of teams around us. So Ipswich drew away at Stoke. They're away form again. Let's just have a look. We're going to ignore Leicester completely. I think they're just going to run away with it now. All in. Norwich drew with Southampton. Thank you very much, Norwich. And West Brom lost to Swansea. So all in all, not a bad day for us as a team. It was a professional performance. It was a good performance. We did what we needed to do. There were some surprises within the team that was actually selected, one of them being Bamford starting. Twitter went into its inevitable meltdown, as it usually does before the game. The big thing for me was the fact that Rutter was put in at the number 10 spot. We've been asking for it for ages. And just overall, Rutter was brilliant. Really, really good. Tricky, knitted things together, stitched things together really, really well for me. So overall, really impressed with Rutter in the way that he played. Bamford got his goal. Nice hanging header at the far post. Dan James adding crosses to his game, which is really, really good. Dan James obviously scored as well. Shame to see Byram go off with an injury. But then Firpo came in and played all right, which is weird. So in terms of the scores, scores on the doors on whoscored.com, when I mentioned it last time, I was talking about that in the top 5 performers within the game, we only had one in the top 5. This time, every single player in the top 5 is a Leeds player. So it goes, Joe Rodon got a 7.5, Bamford got a 7.7, Dan James got an 8.3. Firpo, who was a sub, got an 8.4. Work that one out. 2 assists will always help you. I thought Firpo actually didn't play too bad when he came on. Again, you have to understand the opposition that we're playing against, but he didn't do himself any harm, put it that way, which is nice to see, to say the least. And Somerville just being Somerville, he was 0.1 of a mark away from it being a 9 performance. So Somerville, again, really, really good game. Overall, pleased with the way that we played. I thought we acquitted ourselves well. We did exactly what we're supposed to do, which is if we play quick and incisive football, teams can't really live with us. And surprisingly, Rooney set up the side to kind of, or his team to come at us a little bit. Interesting. I mean, they didn't really do very much within the game itself. I didn't think that they were anything absolutely special. You can see that they are where they are. We've now got the FA Cup to come, and then it's I'm trying to remember who the next game is. Cardiff. I want to say Cardiff. I think it's Cardiff. Somebody will correct me in the points. But it's, yeah, so like I said, overall it was a different type of game, and I think we did okay pretty much. So, in terms of, player positions and everything, we were extremely advanced. So, in terms of overall, on the halfway line and in the other half of the pitch, we overall had 8 players pretty much in terms of average were in we're in Birmingham's half for the entire game, which is really, really good. Birmingham had literally only 3 players in our half the entire game as it averaged out. The rest of it were just behind the ball all the time. So the action zones, 44% in middle third, 36% away third, 20% in the home third overall. So not too bad at all. So for us, shot zones, 14% in the 6-yard box, 62% in the 18-yard box, and 24% from outside. And you look at Birmingham, 38% in the 18-yard box and 63% outside of the box. So it just gives you an idea of where everything came from. Interestingly, though, 71% of our shots came from the centre, which what that says to me is that we were putting balls in from the wing and there was somebody arriving to put the ball away, or somebody already there to put the ball away. So overall, like I said, pleased with that. Left-hand side again, so Somerville again, just ruling the roost with that. Middle and the right-hand side for us in terms of attacking was pretty much the same. But again, yeah, you can just see how important Somerville is to us as an actual player, and just overall pleased. We had 21 shots to Birmingham's 8. We scored 3, conversion rate of 14%. Don't even need to talk about what Birmingham did. So in terms of the pass types itself, overall total passes 613 to Birmingham's 344. Long balls 41, short passes 554. And then the card situation, which I want to talk about. Birmingham had 2 yellow cards. Is it Bakuna, I think it was, that I'm not sure how he was still on the pitch after some of the tackles that he managed to put into. We had good discipline within our team, which was good. Happy with that overall. So in terms of our strengths as the game went on, we created a high number of chances relative to possession. We were effective at creating goal-scoring opportunities from the flanks. As I said, 71% middle of the pitch. So obviously our wingers were putting in some work, or people were doing well coming in. Strong at finishing. Birmingham, they stole the ball often from the opposition, apparently. Ish. Weaknesses. We had no significant weaknesses again. Again, I stress this over and over again. When we play fast, incisive, quick football, we are an absolute handful, and teams don't know how to handle us when we play that way. Birmingham's weaknesses. They were poor at finishing, and they gave away a lot of free kicks in and around the box. So there you go. Style-wise, Birmingham favoured long shots, and they attacked down the left-hand side a lot. So they were going at Archie Gray, which was a big mistake, because Archie Gray had a good game. Had a good game. Pleased to see him back, actually, in all fairness. A lot of people were saying, well, why isn't Spence playing? And it's quite clear Farker prefers Byram and Gray in the right back and left back position. Again, as I said, even though Byram went off injured, Firpo didn't do himself any harm. Again, you've got to remember the opposition that we're playing against, though. Our styles for this, we had a large quality of possession in the opponent's half. We attacked down the left-hand side. As I said, Cree was really instrumental in that attack through the middle, and we dominated possession. So overall, a very, very good professional game for us. I was pleased with the way it played. We had to do something different. We had to make a change. For me, that's now not proved the point, but it's shown that Rutter should be at number 10. Pirro should be the number 9. Bamford hasn't done himself any harm. And the big thing with Bamford, what Bamford was doing that was different, is that Bamford was making the runs in behind and stretching the position. So what he was doing, he was pulling the defenders back, which put a gap between the midfield and the defence, which then gave people like Pirro a little bit more time to do what they needed to do. And that's something that Bamford has always been good at. I felt he took his goal really well. He was unlucky with one of his shots that cannoned off of the post. I said at half-time I wanted us to go for more shots on goal and get more goals. We managed to get the goal in the second half, and like I said, we can't be anything other than happy with a really professional result. We've kind of shoehorned the Christmas period, if you like, the 4 games over the Christmas period 2 wins and 2 losses, so it's 6 out of a possible 12, which again, when you look at a couple of the opposition teams that we played against, it shouldn't even have been that. It should have been way higher. We've got every right to be disappointed, but a couple of the games have gone against us this season, today, gone for us today, and I'm not going to get giddy. I'm not going to say we're going to do X, Y, and Z. I know I think we might sneak the top 2, maybe, but we have to earn the right to be in there. Overall, like I said, I'm happy with today. I'm happy with the team selection. It was funny watching everybody's reaction at the start. I thought, like I said, Bamford didn't do himself any harm whatsoever at all. I'd like him in again for the FA Cup game as well, just to give him that little bit of match experience, because when he plays more games, he gets more confident, particularly if he's starting more games. So it would just be good to see him in more games and just getting that little bit of confidence out. And listen, there's nothing wrong with a bit of competition for Perot. I don't think that could be any harm whatsoever at all. But for me, Rutter needs to be in the number 10. He's done enough for me today to warrant to stay in that position in terms of the linking of the midfield and the forward attack, and the way that he was able to pick up balls and put them across, and just a little twist and a turn here and there, a little bit of skill just to get out of manoeuvre and then put somebody in and put somebody through. Overall, happy. This is much, much better, again, without getting too giddy, because it's Birmingham. There's, they've not played very, very well for ages in terms of the form table. So we sit 4th still, but we've made a little bit of ground on a couple of other teams, and we've just got to keep going on. Stop focusing on everybody else. Focus on what we can do. Focus on the next game. Focus on winning. Stay positive. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you are new here and you've enjoyed the content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you would also hit the like button, I'd really appreciate that as well. And we're out of here. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thank you.